Today we're going to be comparing two Furch Vintage models, their Vintage 2 Dreadnought, and did you know they have a round-shouldered Dreadnought? Check it out. Hey, you're watching Alamo Music TV. My name is Chris McKee with Alamo Music Center in San Antonio, Texas. You can find us online at alamomusic.com. If you're new to our channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, and like our videos. We really appreciate it. If you'd like to support the channel, make sure to visit our Teespring store linked below for some custom designed t-shirts like the vintage logo shirt that I am wearing today. So we at the store love Furch guitars. If you have been watching this channel for any amount of time, you've probably seen us review and introduce you to Furch guitars. So we're big fans of this European brand that has been making its way over here to the US. Now, what you probably may not be aware of is that Furch has a line of vintage instruments. Most of the focus, particularly recently, has been on their more modern designs, things that are, dare I say, Taylor-esque in comparison. But their vintage guitars maybe challenge another long-tenured American guitar manufacturer with vintage designs that are fantastic, great playability, and fantastic tone. So we've done reviews on their Vintage 2 Dreadnought already, and I'll link to that video right there so that you can see what the Vintage 2 is all about. But today what we want to do is basically compare that square shoulder Dreadnought, which is a traditional Dreadnought shape, to this round shoulder Dreadnought that's an option and available in the Vintage line. If you didn't know, Furch has a variety of options on all of their lines. So we talked a little bit about that actually in our introduction to Furch, and if you haven't seen that video, that's a very important one to see right there. Furch has taken manufacturing out of the Czech Republic and really just churned out some fantastic, impeccably built guitars. They also have some great innovation like the C&R neck joint that ensures great connection to the body and a solid straight neck for the lifetime of the instrument. Now, whether you're looking at their normal lineup or their vintage lineup, in each case, there's a variety of body shapes that are available, as well as some other standard model options. So if you've been on their website at all, or you've seen some of the instruments on our website, which is alamomusic.com, by the way, then you might wonder, hey, I really like this, but can I get it in a different finish, or can I get it in a different body shape? And the answer very well may be yes. You might even be able to adjust things like having a pickup or not, maybe a baritone. Some of these things aren't even custom options. They are just a slight upcharge from the standard model, which is a really cool option. And that's one of the benefits of dealing with a smaller builder. So this round shoulder Dreadnought's one of the options in the Vintage 2 line. And I love these round shoulder Dreadnought bodies. You know, most people are familiar with it from the J45. Now Martin has been doing these this body shape in their 17 series, like the slope shoulder DSS 17. Taylor's Grand Pacific basically apes this design choice as well. The softened curves of this are very vintage classic Americana looking, but it also does something to the tone of the guitar. And so that's the reason for the comparison. Otherwise, these guitars are exactly alike. So let's talk about the specs where they are the same. So it is a solid Sitka Spruce top with solid East Indian Rosewood back and sides. It's a hand-applied, open-pore, vintage finish. It's what I would call probably a semi-gloss finish that's on here. It's not satin and it's not glossy. It's really beautiful, particularly when you look at the back and sides of these guitars. I just love the finish on these. Now, classic herringbone border or purfling is on the top, as well as around the rosette, ebony fingerboard and bridge. Beautiful mother of pearl inlays along the fretboard and up to the headstock at the very top with an ebony overlay. And we love these gold open gear Goto tuners that are available on these guitars. Mahogany neck, fantastic construction, fit and finish is immaculate. Now the playability on these is also almost unrivaled. It plays like the very best acoustic guitars that are out there on the market. So if you've picked up any high-end luthier built guitar, if you've picked up a perfectly well set up Taylor or custom shop Martin or something, it feels at home with those. The neck is very nice. It's perfectly straight. Got just enough relief. There's no sharp edges. It's just a well-playing guitar. 1 3/4 inch nut width makes it very comfortable for me because I like that kind of in between, not too wide, not too narrow nut. Now, the dimensions on this guitar are exactly the same dimensions as on the square shoulder Dreadnought that we're going to play as well. But what you see difference is the silhouette changes. So just softening the curves but keeping those dimensions does something to the tone. And typically what you're going to experience is a bit of a roundness and more warmth out of the sound of a round shoulder Dreadnought. And you know, I don't know that anyone's really done acoustic physics examination as to why, but I'm going to say that it has to do with the top shoulders because that's really the only thing that's changed, and the reverberation of the sound waves in the guitar, you know, not hitting as much of a kind of a not quite 90 degree but a squared off angle here, and that just kind of softens the response and takes down some of the treble, which warms up this sound that you get out of the guitar. The combination of spruce and rosewood on this makes it a canon. Great articulation with the notes, wonderful treble that's coming out of there, so you can really get those flat pick sound, motions going with a lot of articulation, but you have all that rich bass and warm, fantastic overtones that we know from rosewood, so when you're strumming a big chord, it sounds big and open and full and lush. So that's the specs for you, and that's what we're likely to get out of this guitar, but now we're going to put them to their paces, or put them through their paces, compare the round shoulder to the square shoulder and see which tone you might prefer. Check it out. And so there you have it. 2 fantastic guitars from Furch. Some Furch merch, if you will. Not merch, guitars. There you go. So square shoulder, round shoulder, both in the vintage. Now, as you've seen, we really like their modern designs, but I was blown away with these vintage ones when I first played them. And if you have been looking at a vintage style guitar, you definitely owe it to yourself to take a look at these. I mean, the aesthetics alone are very much on par with what you might see in an expensive Martin, above even an HD28 when we're looking at the inlay and other appointments. You can get these with a pickup or without. They come with a beautiful Hiscox case. They're just really fantastic guitars. So if you'd like more information about either of these, visit our website, alamomusic.com, where you can see all the photography of these, check out the specs, and chat live with an associate who can tell you more. At the end of the day, the very best guitar in the world is the one that you are making music on. That's why we do these videos. We want to help you do that. So if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, like the videos. We really appreciate it. We'll keep making these videos for you, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.
Once again, you guys, thank you very much for watching. If you want to learn more about the guitar, check out Alamo Music. Oh, Pat.
Hey everybody, I love guitar videos just like you do. But guess what? Alamo Music Center has another YouTube channel. You can check out all the piano and keyboard reviews that we have and see more of me. Cooper, do we have another one of those? He's fine.